Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Tuesday, April 12th, 2016, around 5:17 in the afternoon, Billerica, Massachusetts. It's getting to be sunny out after most of the day with rain showers in the 50s. Some news to report, sad news to report in the world of Hollywood. Producer and reality television star David Gest passed away at the age of 62, so prayers to his family. The Ottawa Senators have fired their head coach Dave Cameron and his entire staff because they didn't make the playoffs. No word yet on Claude Julien's fate for the Bruins. The NCAA has extended its March Madness deal with CBS and Turner Sports to the year 2032. And the NBA is going to approve a deal to have ads on their jerseys. And that's about it on the news. My second video blog subject of the day is about the classic television game show High Rollers. High Rollers was a dice game, and it was an action-paced game and high stakes. It had 3 runs during the 70s and 1980s. Its most famous run was in the 1970s, hosted by Alex Trebek. And High Rollers was produced by Heated Quigley Production, Mel Heated, and Bob Quigley, who produced Hollywood Squares and Gambit, among others. And it made its debut on July 1st, 1974, through June 11th, 1976. And they had another version hosted by Alex Trebek from April 24th, 1978 through June 20th of 1980. And they also had a syndicated version in the 70s that ran once a week. And also it was revived in 1987 in syndication, hosted by Wink Martindale. It's from September 14th, 1987 through September of 1988. The premise of High Rollers was, it was a light quiz. It was 2 contestants. It was a toss-up question. It either was multiple choice, true or false, or yes or no. And they had to buzz in, and if the contestant got it right, they got the roll of the dice. If the contestant got it wrong, their opponent would get the dice. And it was played like this. They had numbers from 1 to 9 on the board, and they had to roll which numbers, a combination, and every time they would roll it, and if the combination was there, they would take one number off. And plus there was prizes attached to the numbers, and sometimes there were bigger prizes, including a car, but they were attached to 2 numbers or more. And with the rolls getting taken off the board, the numbers and the combinations, each time the contestant won the question had the option of playing or passing it. When it got to many bad combinations, they would usually pass it to the contestant so they could get a combination that was not them there. But if they rolled doubles, they would get an insurance marker, and they would use it in case if it was a bad roll. And in the 1974 through 1976 version, it was Ruta Lee, who was the model. She would roll the dice, and the other versions had the contestants roll the dice. And High Rollers was announced by Kenny Williams, and High Rollers was the first big TV game show hit for Alex Trebek. And this was the second game show in America, and he had a big afro, and it was a permed afro, which was pretty good. High Rollers got big ratings for NBC in the 1970s, the first version. In fact, Lucille Ball the actress and comedian, she appeared on High Rollers because she said it was her favorite game show. They had a syndicated version of High Rollers around this time in 1975, and it was once a week, and they had two contestants play there, and they played the entire game because it was just once a week. And once the contestants would win 2 out of 3 games, they would go to the bonus round, which they would knock off the numbers 1 through 9, and same rules applied, but each number they knocked off, they would get $100. They could quit anytime, but if they got a bad combination, the game was over, but they accumulated the money, they won. And if they knocked all 9 numbers off, they would win $10,000. During the last 7 weeks of the original High Rollers run in 1976, the main game was Facelifters, and each time they would roll the dice and the combination, each number would have a famous face there, and if there was a bad roll, then they would actually take a number off so they could reveal the face, and that only lasted towards the end. High Rollers was off the air for 2 years, but it came back in 1978 under different format, which they instead of like the numbers 1 through 9 on the big board, they had designated them for each they had columns with prizes, and they would have a hot column with one roll of the dice. They could knock off that column and get all the prizes, and these prizes would accumulate over the game, and they had different models during this run. Alex Trebek returned as host, and the models rotated. It was Becky Price, Linda Hooks, and Laura Firestone, and it lasted 2 years on NBC. And the final of High Rollers on NBC in 1980, Alex Trebek was rumored to be drunk, but that was just an urban legend. High Rollers came back in 1987 with when Martindale was a host, and models were Casey Owens and Crystal Bernard or something like that. I don't know the name. And it was played the same thing with the columns, but they had mini games, and it was real popular for a year. And the reruns of High Rollers appeared on the USA Network, the Wink Martindale version from 1988 through 1991. Plus, they had mini games for Wink Martindale's version. If the contestants won, they would play one roll of the dice. They would only have one dice, so they would grow and they could win big prizes. The NBC version of High Rollers is no longer in existence because they taped them over, and it was just all the tapes were destroyed. Very few exist, and you will never see those ever reappear. But High Rollers was a very classic game show. It brought Alex Trebek to stardom. And that's about it on High Rollers. I will be back with the third and final video blog subject of the night, which will be about the personality profile. Tonight's personality profile will be the late great WWE Hall of Famer David Von Erich of the Von Erich family. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunning guy. Molly Rose Blood of WCCO rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart's the best. She has nice legs as well. And Amy Swansea rocks. And in the words of Dee Patel last week, no bust. See you later.